and I'm going to talk about going independent for Lent, which means giving up chain stores on the street for 40 days, or trying to. It's not about religion, and it's not about renting a Tesco, just want to make that clear. How do we decide to do this? Well, we actually have Dave Gorman to thank. Dave, you might recognize, he's a stand-up comedian and does some TV stuff. He's kind of a quirky guy, he's kind of funny, and he decided in 2007 to see if he could drive across America without using any chain stores, so petrol, accommodation, food, anything. He made a film and a book about his journey. That's Steph, who's the camera woman there in action. And this film screened on More 4 in February 2008. So we were watching it and we decided, that sounds kind of cool. Can we do that ourselves? So we did. So starting in February, we gave up Tesco, Boots, Waterstones, you name it. We tried to find local independent alternatives, the things we usually buy. The exception to that was petrol, because there are no independent petrol stations in the greater Liverpool area as far as we know, so we still have to do that. In this day and age, what do? You start a blog when you want to tell people about what you're doing in your project. So I started this blog, which I still have, and you can still read about it now. It was a great way to document what we were doing, shopping in different areas, trying to find different independent retailers to support. Walton Village is one of my favorite areas of Liverpool. There are some great shops there. Liverpool Cheese Company is amazing. If you love cheese, you must go. The butcher is also really great too, to really get the traceability and variety of meat. A little bit closer to where we live, Daphne's, a local legend, amazing cakes. I used to make for them, so I'm a little bit partial. Clark Family Butcher is also good. Adam's Apple, the Handyman Supermarket, which is kind of like a step out of time. It's very old school inside. There's a horse's head above the doorway. I mean, you don't find this sort of thing on Church Street these days. So I'm really glad there are still shops like this near us that we can support. Another source of a lot of our independent produce was from farmers markets. Lark Lane has one at the end of every month, the last Saturday of the month. So it's a big one. There's a lot of different suppliers there, fruit, veg, meat, eggs, bakeries, you name it. It's really good. Hope Street Farmers Market is in town on the third Sunday of each month. I'm a little worried about that one because it keeps shrinking every time I go, which is kind of sad. There's some stalwarts that are always there, like the Cheese Company. I think it's really great there is a farmer's market in the city center, so please go if you can. They're worth supporting. The blog is also a great chance for me to take some pictures, practice my photography, especially food photography. It's not as easy as it looks. This is what I came home with one day from a market visit. So, yeah. How long did we last? We made it about 2.5 weeks, I would say, that year before circumstances conspired against us and we had to make 4 visits to Tesco in about 2 days. So we kind of caved for a couple of reasons, but we tried. So that was the first attempt. This year we came back to it again, and I started a new blog, which again is still there. You can still read about it. Trying to take on what we learned in 2008. Also seeing ways the retail landscape had changed in that time. Obviously the economy has gone through a lot of change. So some of the independent retailers we supported were no longer there, but thankfully there are some new ones that have opened up. I worked on Bond Street for 4 years. I'm very partial to it. I do a lot of my shopping there. And as I tweeted on my blogs recently, if you can't find it on Bond Street, you probably don't need it. I love it. It's great. Everybody should go there, I think. There's a lot of people at the shop where I work come in and say, oh, how long have you been here? You've been here 10 years. It's kind of amazing that people don't seem to be open down Bond Street the way they used to. News from Nowhere, one of my favorite shops. I love their politics and they're not afraid to be political there. Matters, they have all sorts of things that you can't find at Sainsbury's and Central Station and you can't find at the new Tesco on the top of Wall Street. They also have root beer, which is an American. It's actually one of my favorite things. It is very difficult to find in this country. So Matters is also great. They're a lovely family that run it. Bold Street Coffee is a wonderful new addition to Bold Street. The guy I know who runs it is Sam, is the most passionate man about coffee I've ever met. He knows what he's doing. You go have some coffee there. I love them. Delia Fonseca is another business that seems to be bucking the trends. They're actually expanding. They've opened a new branch in the Dockside area. It used to be Il Vicino, so it's a huge deli restaurant. They do great stuff, great food here. And I've just picked a sample of some of my favorite newer places that have opened up around town. There's some really good kind of bars and shops. Brew on Gold Street, Leaf, which is on Parliament Street, they've opened. So yeah, so the future's actually looking really good for independent retail in Liverpool, which I'm happy to say. Both my blogs are still active. Tell me about your favorite independent shops. I'm not from